Another important ag report, and that's the worst drought in Texas in a century. And it is forcing ranchers to get rid of cattle that they'd rather keep for breeding. It's had a huge impact on the commodities market, driving up the price of cattle itself. Cali Carlin has the story. Cali?
Hey, Margaret, well, this certainly has had an impact and will continue to. Remember, the U.S. is the largest beef supplier in the world, and Texas is the biggest producer in the nation. This year, ranchers in Texas may sell or slaughter about 500,000 beef cows they would normally keep for breeding. That's according to Texas A&M. And industry experts tell me it will take years to recover from this.
Because our cow herd numbers now are the lowest they've been since the 1950s. We've been in a liquidation process now for at least 4 or 5 years.
So cattle inventory in Texas already at 50-year lows, feed prices surging, corn, the main ingredient in livestock, is up nearly 50% in just 1 year, and cattle futures are already hanging around all-time highs, rising nearly 40% in the last 2 years. And this further liquidation of breeding cattle will likely send cattle prices even higher. That's because it takes several years to ramp up production when you consider the time for a calf to mature to breeding age and then her offspring to be ready for market. So Dr. Hudson of the Texas Tech Agriculture and Applied Economics Department forecasts that cattle prices may rise another 15%.
It's a long cycle, and you know, once you start with breeding stock, it really takes probably 2 to 3 years before you see any increase in the level of production. So we're probably still 2 to 3 years out before we're going to see any sort of relief in beef prices, and that's assuming that we start to get better weather.
Margaret, I traveled to Texas last week and spoke to some ranchers, and they tell me one more thing to consider is that some of those getting out of the cattle business may not ever get back in it. They say it's a very hard, very risky business, so this could affect commodities prices for a while when you look at beef.